One of the things you probably had this experience, if you've ever read the lives of the saints, is the astounding spiritual strength of the saints. Not just their ability to fast or to pray for hours on end, to establish monasteries and convents, to travel to the ends of the earth to make disciples of Jesus, like the missionary orders, but their spiritual strength in their power of their holiness, the power of their ability to convert souls to Christ, to draw people to Jesus, flows out of the fact that they've been engaged in spiritual exercises, right? They're not just lounging about, they're not just laying about, they're trying to grow every single day in holiness, in prayer, in fasting, in reading the Word of God, in teaching and preaching. And so I don't know about you, but whenever I read the lives of the saints, I feel like a spiritual wimp, right? Maybe you've had this experience, you buy one of these exercise videos and you start to watch these people who have been training and exercising every day, and then you try to do what they do, and you can't. Why? Well, because you're not strong enough. The same thing is true in the life of holiness, right? We have to perform spiritual exercises if we want to be strong, if we want to grow in strength. We can't just assume that because we're baptized, we're going to be strong. No, baptism makes us a child of God, but it doesn't make us an adult. It doesn't bring us into spiritual adulthood. In order to be an adult, we have to learn, we have to grow, but we also have to exercise. We have to exercise our spiritual faculties. So I think this is fascinating and really important that at the very beginning of the liturgical year, the church places before us the exhortation to grow in strength, to pray, to keep vigil, and to prepare ourselves for the coming of Jesus through spiritual exercises. And that should set a tone for our Advent season that may be somewhat different than the popular secular tone set by the Christmas season and preparation for Christmas. So if you look at the Advent season, you'll notice the liturgical colors for the Advent season are purple. I'm wearing a purple shirt right now because it's the first Sunday of Advent. Well, purple is always in the church a color of penance. It's a penitential season. And although Advent is, of course, not as solemn a penitential season as Lent is, for example, at the same time, the very colors that we use tell us that it should be a time of intensified spiritual exercises, whether it be prayer, whether it be fasting, whether it be vigils, like spending time, staying awake, waiting for Christ, reading His Word, whatever it might be, whatever exercises, praying the rosary, whatever exercises you're going to do to prepare, there should be a difference between your spiritual exercises in ordinary time and your spiritual exercises in the Advent season. Because the church is calling us to prepare for the coming of Jesus. Both His coming in the Feast of Christmas, but also, and in a sense, even more for His second coming at the end of time, for the final judgment, to get ready for the judgment. And the reality, and you might be thinking as I'm saying this, well, Dr. Pitre, I mean, it's been 2,000 years. He's probably not coming back this year, right? Well, you know, He might not come back this Advent, but you might die this Advent. And there are going to be people who die during this Advent season, who are going to encounter Christ, who are going to stand before the judgment seat of Christ in their particular judgment, if not the final judgment. And no one of us Christians knows the day or hour of that encounter, of our particular judgment. So it's prudent, it's wise for the church every year to call us to pray, to keep vigil, and to get ready to meet Jesus. That's what we're doing during the Advent season.